Hello there, Giovanni. Okay, sorry about the delay. Just trying to catch up with all the essays. Sorry about that. So the three charts deal. Um, why don't I say deal with? So the three charts describe, show automobile ownership in the UK during the last 20th century, or during the last decade, or during the last decade would be more accurate than saying them both. Okay, we don't use on one hand and on the other hand because those are to represent two usually conflicting different views, okay, different viewpoints. So that is for your essay task 2, okay, if you are going to write that kind of essay. It definitely has no place in academic task 1. All right, let's go. So we can just go. The pair of pie charts compare figures for car ownership between England and Scotland in 1995, comma, and the bar chart depicts the number of Volkswagens sold between 1990 and 1998 in the two countries mentioned, or in the countries mentioned. Okay, in the two countries mentioned, and then it's clear you're referring to England and Scotland. Very good. Okay, so remember brevity in the first sentence. In 1995, there were as many cars bought as rented, 35%, whereas just 15% were shared. On the contrary, in Scotland, almost two-thirds of its total cars were purchased, a fifth being shared, and the remaining 15% were leased. Okay, that's very good though. It's a good, precise, and it's quite accurate summary of the pie charts. Well done. You picked out the main details and you managed to do some comparing and contrasting. And the next one, let's see if we can use whereas and while. Okay, actually you did use meanwhile, so good there. Regarding the number of Volkswagen owners, its figures in Scotland by far surpass England's numbers. Good. In both countries, there was a fluctuating amount of proprietors of this brand. Fine. To be more specific, capital T, Scotland had its peak. Scotland had its peak. No, ownership in Scotland peaked in 1994 with 200,000 owners, decreasing from then on until the end of the. Okay, yeah, decreasing from then on until the end of the period. Full stop. Oh, until the end of the period where it reached its lowest at less than 130,000, where it reached its lowest. Okay, meanwhile, whereas is better. Whereas England oscillated between 180 and 220,000 users, it is quite whereas England oscillated between 180,000 and 20,000 owners, comma, showing the opposite trend to Scotland. Okay, showing the opposite trend to Scotland, or showing the direct reverse. Yeah, showing the opposite trend to Scotland. While the former peaked, the latter bottomed out, maybe. Or the latter experienced its lowest. Is fine actually. Okay, good. But saying the opposite trend is sufficient. We don't have to describe it so much. Overall, Scotland showed a larger number of cars purchased in 1995 and a higher preference for Volkswagen than in England during the 90s. Okay, not bad, but it seemed a bit Scotland-centric, the final sentence. Okay. Scotland showed a larger number of cars purchased in 1995, whereas England showed, whereas England showed a preference for leased cars. Full stop. Regarding Volkswagens, Scotland also usually possessed more Volkswagens or more of this brand than England during the 90s. Okay, good work though, good work. Let's go. So university students have too much reading and do not study enough. To what extent do you agree or disagree? All right. Some people criticize current students in higher education, saying that they lack commitment, not lack of commitment, that there is a lack of commitment, or that they lack commitment with their schooling due to excessive independence. Okay, not bad. This essay will discuss the current approach for studying This essay will discuss the current approach for students at college showing data from the USA and real experiences in Colombia, that these critiques are not valid in many cases. This essay will discuss the current approach for students showing data from the USA and real experiences in Colombia, to demonstrate that there is not a lack, or there is no shortage of discipline or something like that, but it's not really clear what you're trying to prove in that last bit. Okay. Firstly, higher education nowadays offers a great variety of resources in order to accomplish academic goals. Good. This is largely due to the fact that accessing technology is easier, more available, and cheaper today. You can't say wider, okay, and cheaper today. And then I would have gone, is easier, cheaper, and more available today. This priceless tool makes studies more efficient as well as deeper. Recent research developed in the US, in the School of Education of Vanderbilt University in the USA, or just recent research from Vanderbilt University, USA, showed that college students who are using the internet for academic purposes over 4 hours daily achieved better performances in their subjects, attaining higher scores compared with their peers who used 3 hours or less on the internet searching for educational content. Therefore, a proper use of technology improves students' quality in education. What's that got to do with freedom? Okay. Paragraph 1, they have too much freedom. No, they don't have too much freedom, because studies from Vanderbilt University have showed that a modern day student studies 30% more and receives 20% more coursework than a typical student in the 50s. Therefore, okay, and then we've talked about freedom and the studying enough, and then we say something similar in the next paragraph. Secondly, the more time available for non-academic activities, the more balanced students are, maybe, the more balanced students feel, are. We need something on the end there. A correct use of free time at university lets students, okay, but what's this got to do with too much? Okay, so you're saying that they don't have too much freedom. You're saying that it's okay to have some freedom. Okay, but be careful, because then it kind of, but this one wasn't really related, so it can't conflict with the other one. So, correct use of free time at university lets students to develop their personality, check your spelling, through physically, check your spelling, sorry, for physically, or intellectual, through physical or intellectual activities, which improves the end quality as future professionals. But you don't really need that bit on the last bit. That's because you've got enough advantages just there. Full stop, short sentence, no problems with coherence and cohesion. This is due to the well-being achieved in students at college when they experienced activities such as sports, arts, or cultural tasks. Okay, I'm pretty certain you're over the word limit, and one of the reasons you're over the word limit is because we are sticking to the sentence guide, which is good. Okay, a rough, but I mean, this did stick to the sentence guide, and you can see it's nice and tight, and it wouldn't have pushed you over the word limit. But this, we've got too many points. Okay, are we talking about the personality, or are we talking about as future professionals? Okay, it's good. We just need to shorten the amount of words we've put in there, and if we do that, was less likely we're going to make mistakes with cohesion and coherence. Okay, so our case in point is Columbia, where was implemented in the mid-90s. No, where Complementary activities for its students were implemented in the middle of the 90s. Okay, keep it all together. Okay, where complementary activities such as sports, leagues and museums were implemented in the mid 90s is more common to say. Full stop. This gave them a sense of liberty and a proper use of their leisure time. As a result, students' performance improved significantly. Thus, more free time produced happier and better individuals. Fantastic. You've got a good point there. Okay, and we only needed to say it is for example here. Okay, organize that sentence a little bit better, and then this is because, and finish, you know, short and all that. Just this is because blah blah blah. All right. And we've got it, Giovany. We're so close. Okay, to conclude from the examples given, I strongly believe in the importance of independence and the proper use of free time among students in higher education in order to obtain more integral and better structured professions for society. Genius. Good, good. You recovered well with a good conclusion. This paragraph I'm not so keen on, as I said, but you're coming along well. We just remember to organize your sentences a little bit better. Okay. Also, Giovany, I would do some look, cover, write techniques. Okay, like we were doing for an hour a day, and you'll soon see some improvement. Okay, good work, and once again, sorry for the delay. All the best, mate.